In today's video, we're going to talk about the ways Tesla actually makes your life easier compared to owning a traditional gas vehicle. I've personally owned multiple gas cars as well as multiple Teslas over the years, and honestly, switching to a Tesla has saved me time, hassle, and a lot of small daily annoyances that I didn't even realize were draining my energy. Overall, Teslas remove a lot of the little chores that come with owning a car. They make road trips a lot simpler, and they just make day-to-day driving feel way more effortless. So in this video, we're going to go through everything from the Tesla app to charging convenience, safety, and even maintenance. Let's get into it. One of the biggest ways Tesla makes life easier is through the Tesla app. A lot of vehicles technically have apps now, but Tesla's is actually fully integrated with the car itself. From your phone, you can lock or unlock your Tesla, preheat or cool the cabin, defrost the windows, vent the windows, and even check the live charging or driving status if someone else is using the vehicle. The app also gives you direct access to your vehicle's details, such as manuals and even controls, without having to dig through paperwork or search online for your vehicle's functionality. Since most of us already rely on our phones throughout the day, being able to manage your car directly from your device just makes ownership feel simpler and more seamless. And on the security side, Tesla really stands out as well here. Sentry mode and the built-in dash cam continuously monitor the car and can automatically record events. So if anything happens, you can easily view, save, or share footage right from your mobile device. And with live camera view, you can even check your vehicle's surroundings remotely without needing to pull files from the USB manually. I've had Teslas for over 5 years now, and the phone key is just second nature now. The idea of going to a vehicle without the phone key just feels like a step in the wrong direction. Another feature I really enjoy with Tesla ownership is how effortless it is to just start driving. Teslas automate a lot of little steps that gas vehicles make you do manually. You don't have to look for keys, press any key fob buttons to open the vehicle, or think about anything before you get in the vehicle and leave. You just get in and go. Like I said previously, your phone acts as your key. So as you walk up to the car, it unlocks automatically, and when you walk away, it locks itself automatically as well, recognizing which driver is actually utilizing the vehicle by utilizing Bluetooth. And if you're using an Apple Watch, you can set that up as a key as well. On newer models, Tesla has also removed the additional gear stalk. Instead, the car can use auto shift, which automatically selects drive or reverse based on your surroundings. And if it ever makes the wrong choice, you can override it just by pressing the brake and selecting the gear on the touchscreen. After a couple of days of use, the process becomes very natural. Overall, I find the whole interior experience is designed around simplicity as well. Instead of a dashboard full of buttons and switches, nearly everything is controlled through that large central touchscreen, which keeps the layout very clean and easy to navigate. Again, like most things with Teslas, once you get used to it, other vehicles start to feel surprisingly clunky in comparison. Another feature that makes day-to-day ownership easier is the fact that Teslas receive these regular over-the-air software updates. Now, these updates can add brand new features, they can improve existing ones, enhance safety systems, and fix bugs as well in the software, all without ever needing to visit a dealership or service center. The car just updates itself at home the same way that your phone would. For example, the Spring 2025 update added things like adaptive high beams, improved route and trip planning, and upgrades to Sentry mode and dash cam functionality. And this all happened while the car was just parked in my garage. No service appointment, no technician, no waiting room. And this is one of the things that really sets Tesla apart. Your car actually gets better over time, not the opposite, worse over time once you leave the dealership. Even a year or two after buying it, you're still getting those new features and improvements. The only thing to keep in mind is that you can't drive the vehicle while it is updating, but since you can actually schedule these updates to happen whenever you want, I usually do this overnight while I'm not using the car anyways, well, it's still significantly more convenient than having to, say, book an appointment at a service center just to receive those basic improvements. One of the biggest day-to-day advantages of owning a Tesla is that you can basically start every morning with a full tank. If you have a wall connector at home, you just plug in when you get home and the car charges overnight or on whatever other schedule you set for it. A wall connector can add up to around 45 miles of range per hour where it's plugged in, which means that while you sleep, your Tesla is fully recharging for the next day's use. This completely changes the ownership experience of a vehicle because unlike a gas car where you have to stop at a gas station regularly, your charging routine happens in the background, and honestly you forget it even does happen. You get in the car every single morning and it's already full, ready to go. No errands required unless you're going on a longer road trip. This also ends up saving money as well. According to AAA estimates, home charging works out to around 4 cents per mile driven, compared to roughly 18 cents per mile for gas. Over the course of a year, that's often over $1,000 saved just from charging at home. Now, this doesn't mean Teslas are always cheaper than gas vehicles in every situation. I actually covered some cases where a Tesla can cost more than an equivalent gas vehicle that you can check out right here in this video. But even with that in mind, the convenience and cost savings of home charging are hard to ignore. And because most Tesla models offer 300 plus miles of range on a full charge, you'll rarely need to stop at a supercharger in your daily life, if ever. I almost never do. The only time you do visit them is on road trips, and even then the supercharger network is usually really simple and quite fast to use as well. Hey, if you're on your feet all day or just grinding through long work days, there's nothing better than coming home, parking your Tesla, and then sinking into a chair that actually helps you relax and decompress while watching your favorite shows or movies. And that's exactly why I've been loving the Valencia Tuscany executive home theater chairs that the company has kindly sent me to test out. These aren't your average recliners. They're made with premium 11,000 grade Napa leather, the same soft Italian leather finish that you would expect in a luxury car. In fact, honestly, the leather here feels even nicer than the seats in my Model 3. The first thing you'll notice when receiving these chairs is just how well built they are, as they use a reinforced wood and steel frame, high density foam cushions, and everything feels incredibly solid. But where they really shine is the extensive feature list, including both power headrests, heated seats, power lumbar support, an air massaging feature, and full power recline and decline with a wall hugging design. So even if you have a smaller space, you get the full recline without needing extra clearance behind you. There's also an LED cup holder per chair, ambient lighting throughout, and touch activated lighting within each of the spacious storage compartments to help you see remotes, Blu-rays, snacks, or whatever else you might be keeping in there. So if you want to check them out, I'll leave a link down below to the exact chairs that I'm using here. They look great, they feel amazing, and they're currently running an incredible promotional offer at 30% off. So don't miss out on upgrading your home theater setup. If you're someone who enjoys taking longer road trips, Teslas are honestly one of the easiest vehicles to travel in. Tesla has designed the entire long distance experience to be very simple, predictable, and streamlined. And it also removes a lot of the stress that usually comes with planning fuel stops or worrying about certain types of range in other EVs. The built-in trip planner will automatically map out your route and add supercharging stops along the way where needed. It also preconditions the battery as you approach a supercharger, which means the battery is warmed up or cooled down to the ideal temperature for very fast charging. This lets you charge at the highest speed possible as soon as you plug in, reducing wait times significantly. And the actual charging process is extremely easy. At Tesla superchargers, you just plug in and walk away. The car automatically starts charging and then bills your account. There are no cards, no apps, no instructions, no screens to tap through. It is all done automatically. The charging station recognizes the vehicle and bills you accordingly. Now, charging is also faster than most people even expect. On most Tesla models today, you can add around 200 miles of range in under 15 minutes, which is usually just enough time to stretch, grab a drink, and use the washroom anyways, and then you are back on the road. So overall, this really just turns road tripping into something that's surprisingly relaxed and very straightforward. Another major reason Teslas have become so popular is their safety reputation. It's not something that you think about every day while driving, but Teslas come with a number of built-in safety advantages that a lot of people don't even realize, and the data behind them is very strong. For example, the Model Y is an IIHS top safety pick plus for 2025, and multiple Tesla models hold 5-star NHTSA ratings across every tested category. These cars regularly rank among the safest vehicles on the road, both in crash protection and accident avoidance. A big part of this comes from the low center of gravity. The battery pack makes up a large portion of the vehicle's weight, and it's mounted low in the chassis. This dramatically reduces rollover risk, especially in SUVs, and helps the vehicle stay stable even in emergency maneuvers. Many Tesla SUVs test with rollover probabilities significantly lower than comparable gas-powered SUVs, purely because of how the weight is distributed across the vehicle. On top of that, Tesla publishes quarterly safety data showing that when driver assist features like autopilot are engaged, Teslas tend to record much longer distances between airbag deploying crashes compared to when those features aren't active. Now, it's worth acknowledging that this data is coming from Tesla itself, but it still illustrates that the driver assist systems are helping reduce the frequency of serious incidents in typical driving situations. Overall, whether it's the structural design, the electronics, or the crash testing results, Tesla has consistently positioned itself at the top of these safety rankings, and that's a big part of why these vehicles feel so reassuring to drive. Teslas are also more spacious and versatile than a lot of people assume. Due to the fact that these vehicles don't need space for an engine, transmission, or fuel system, you end up with extra storage areas that gas vehicles simply don't have. You get the frunk up front, plus a sub-trunk in the rear that's perfect for keeping valuables or gear out of sight. And in the Model Y, for example, you get around 76 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats folded in the 5-seat configuration, which is a lot of room. For most people, that's more than enough space for road trips, moving gear, camping setups, Costco runs, or hauling equipment, without ever needing a second vehicle. And with features like keep accessories power on and camp mode, those outlets can stay powered even when the car is parked. And then of course, Tesla ships with features like camp mode, dog mode, and cabin overheat protection right out of the box. Camp mode keeps the cabin climate stable overnight if you're sleeping in the vehicle, while dog mode keeps the climate on while letting people outside know that your pet is safe. So these aren't necessarily big flashy features, but they make everyday life much easier in ways that you don't really appreciate until you've used them. Finally, while I've mentioned driver assist features throughout this video, they really do play a big role in making Teslas easier to live with. Standard autopilot comes included in every Tesla, and even in the base level models. This can maintain your speed, adjust for traffic, and keep the car centered in your lane. On longer drives, this takes a lot of the fatigue out of highway travel because you're not constantly correcting the wheel or adjusting your speed. If you decide to upgrade to supervised full self-driving, the system expands to city streets, helping with turns, intersections, stop signs, traffic lights, and just general navigation. It doesn't mean the car will fully drive itself. You still need to be attentive, but it does remove a lot of the mental load that normally makes driving tiring, especially in traffic or unfamiliar areas. For people who spend more time driving than the average person, road trips, commuting, visiting family, or just traveling often, these features can genuinely reduce stress and make driving feel much smoother and more enjoyable. Make sure to leave this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more Tesla content every single week. And thank you once again to Valencia Theater Seating for sponsoring a portion of today's video. I will leave a link down to their incredible theater seating down below in this video's description and pinned comment. If you want to support the channel, that's a great way to do so. Check them out. That'll be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.